Gut, dann reden wir mit Gina. Investigating the scene. Gina, we were actually hoping that we could investigate the scene again. Yeah, alright. If it's around here, I can do what you like. Oh, that's alright, is it? I'm gonna be playing with my new friend here. Ah yes, Toby. The machine that exploded must be at the top of those stairs, I presume. I haven't actually seen it yet, so if you don't mind. So, you can't go up there, Zeus. Oh. It's like I told Otto yesterday, even I ain't allowed near that wreck. What's it called again? The reason we ain't supposed to touch it? The special dispensation for scientific equipment act. Is that what you were thinking of? That's the one! That's why only them lot are allowed to investigate it. What are they called again? The forensic something. The forensic investigation team. Is that what you were thinking of? That's the one, yeah! But isn't it the case that the special dispensation has been lifted? I think so. I don't really get it, to be truthful with ya. You're still supposed to get permission from some bigwig or other, as far as I know. What was his name again? Lord Strange something. I'm not sure that's quite right, Gina. I think you mean Lord Strongheart, perhaps? That's the one, yeah! Apparently he's always watching the time or something. Actually, we've just recently been to Lord Strongheart. Eh? You what? You've met him? Last time the boss was called to go and see him. He waited for 3 hours at the cop's office and came back sniveling. Tragic. Well, Lord Strongheart has given us permission to examine the scene as long as we touch nothing. Oh yeah? Honestly. Alright then, go ahead. But if it turns out you're lying, it'll be the boss who gets it. He'll never eat another chip again in his life. So, you're still saying all is above board, are ya? I'm sure everything will be fine. That really would be tragic. The arme Gregson. Alright then, them's the stairs. Off you go. Oh, thank you, Gina. Today's trial. It was great, weren't it? I had a big white laugh. It's a new one on me, that. You know, being in court and not spending the whole time worrying I'm about to be found out. You did keep an awful lot of secrets in all your previous court appearances, didn't you? Yeah, and others made things hard for me every single time and all. Just doing my job, Gina. But watching someone else get in the neck is a lot of fun, actually. I was amazed when you showed that dodgy professor's dodgy experiment was a total fix. The dodgy professor, as you put it, Gina, is Mr. Naruhodo's client. Yes, I'm starting to wish he wasn't, though. It's the boss I feel sorry for. Sent off to do the impossible. What do you mean? He's supposed to arrest that other cove, ain't he? And in time for tomorrow and all. You know, the dodgy engineer. What's his name again? Mr. Drebber, you mean? Enoch Drebber. That's the one, yeah. So the police are looking for this mysterious man with a black monocle. I guess they would be. It's putting too much on the boss if you ask me. He says it's given him gut age. Oh dear. But I do wonder if it isn't actually from all the fried food. The engineer's whereabouts. So Scotland Yard are trying to track down Mr. Enoch Drebber. I wonder if they've had any luck. He's really funny looking. Got 2 eyes but don't much. Stole a glimpse of a picture of him earlier. I mean, I didn't actually pinch it or nothing. The old devil's got it. Sorry? Who? You know, that Golden Reaper was always glugging down the glasses of blood, of that blood-red plonk. Ah, Lord van Zieks. He's always had it in for me, that cove. Don't know what he's always scowling about mine. Probably would have been a pretty good boss as it goes. She'd rather be the Reaper's apprentice than a detective's trainee. The way I see it, if the choice is between a chip-guzzing detective and a chalice-glugging demigod, you're equally badly off with both. I suppose you're right. I hadn't thought of it like that. It's chip-guzzing detective and chalice-glugging, okay. Glad we've put that one to bed. Anyway, the point is, everyone at the yard's dead set on finding the fishy engineer. But there don't seem to be no clues to go on, so they are stuck. There's nothing that can lead us to Grabber at all. Kinda sus, Toby the dog. Where did you find that little mud then, Gina? Oi, don't be so flaming rude, Otto. Slight overreaction, don't you think? He ain't no mud, alright? Toby's. How do they put it? Oh yeah, a bone feed fight detective. Sorry? I've given him a proper title and everything. It's Chief Inspector Toby to you. More senior than Inspector Gregson, is he? Oh, so he's a police dog, is he? The police recruit dogs now? I've heard that they are already being used officially in Germany as part of the city policing. Hier, wir Deutschen mal wieder, ne? They're used for chasing criminals and such like. They have a wonderful sense of smell after all. I have a fairly good sense of smell myself as it happens. I can tell undergarments that have been freshly laundered from undergarments that haven't. Okay. Huh, that's nothing compared to this little fella, although. Oh, really? According to what the boss said, once Toby has got a good whiff of your doors, he could chase that scent to the other side of the world. What? To the other side of the world? You mean he can swim? Mr. Naruhodo, I think you may have missed the point by rather a wide margin. I just can't believe this little dog has such an incredible skill. I'm telling you, Otto, there's gonna be more and more dogs doing the bit for the police in future. Yes, I agree. Right, one of these days they'll be barking orders at us lot, not the other way round. Oh dear, sorry Gina, I don't think I agree with your vision quite that much. Well anyway, whatever you think about that, Toby's here is Britain's first police dog. I found him down the East End the other day. Someone had just checked him out on the street. There you go, I knew she'd lifted him from somewhere. Oh Gina, you're such a kind-hearted soul, aren't you? To children and to animals. Okay, ich muss mal kurz gucken. Britain's first police dog. Okay, early in 1908, the first police dogs to be used in the United Kingdom went on patrol at Hull docks. Initially they were just 4 dogs, Jim, Vic, Mick and Ben. Also kein Toby. Das ist historisch nicht akkurat. Ich bin enttäuscht. Ich hasse dieses Spiel jetzt. Mit all meinem Herzen. Okay, hier ist wieder der Cloth. Here is the scorching on the ground that you mentioned. Yes, and that's what's left of the green balloon's envelope. All clear evidence of the balloon that exploded on the day of the incident. Poor Professor Hairbrain. I do feel sorry for him that his dreams have been shattered like this. Someone's well and truly burst his bubble, as it were. Ouch, I'm a bad person. Alles klar, Jonoske. Alles klar. Hier. Ah, the Crystal Tower. I can't believe I'm seeing it at such close proximity with my own eyes. You've really been looking forward to the great exhibition, haven't you, Mr. Sato? Oh yes, when I found out that I had to return to Japan, I'm afraid I cursed my luck. But here you are, back in London, gazing up at the magnificent tower. I know. Perhaps I was wrong to curse my luck so harshly. Okay. Das Loch hier nochmal? What a shame that the symbolic landmark of the great exhibition has been damaged like that. Yes, unfortunately the birdcage crashed in the most prominent position possible. Warte mal, ich möchte mal kurz... Mich interessiert kurz. Crystal Tower London. Steht da noch? Sender Crystal Palace. Okay. Okay, es gibt einen Crystal Tower, aber es ist nur ein Senderturm, der 1950 irgendwann errichtet wurde. Scheinbar. Okay, scheinbar weiß ich nicht. Aber es gab ja einen Crystal Palace. Tatsächlich. Okay. Okay, also ich gehe gar nicht weiter aufs Historische drauf ein. Das können andere machen. Yes, unfortunately the birdcage crashed in the most prominent position possible. It's the gods giving us a warning, if you ask me. Man must travel under his own steam, and not cut corners with instantaneous kinesis. But imagine what might have happened if the birdcage had landed in a slightly different location. The death toll could have been far worse. So I think perhaps it was a blessing in disguise. Well, the gods are benevolent, obviously. I did say it was just a warning. Man must travel under his own steam, or next time birdcages will rain down on all of you. Your faith is much stronger than I realized. Well, how do you think I passed the entrance exam for Yume University? It wasn't by studying alone. Wow. Etwas, was ich als gläubiger Mensch als nicht gläubiger Mensch, ich bin nicht gläubig, nur begrenzt nachvollziehen kann tatsächlich. Aber jeder wie er will. Die Ballona. Oh look, a flying balloon. I've never seen one in the flesh before. I can't understand how they can fly. And so high up as well. Oh, but think of the view, Mr. Naruhodo. You must be able to see for miles and miles. I do think of it, and it terrifies me. I mean, it would be certain death if you fell out. I'm sure they are perfectly safe. After all, they've been invented by some of the brightest minds in the world. Let's not forget that we know at least one has exploded. I'm sure there are other ways to fly. Yep. Mittlerweile ja schon. Gut, dann gehen wir mal hoch. Ich bin tatsächlich noch nie Ballon geflogen. Tatsächlich noch nie. Seid ihr schon mal Ballon geflogen? Ich nicht. These stairs led up to the experimentation stage. Let's go and see what we can find out. October 23rd, the Great Exhibition Grounds, Experimentation Stage. Oh my, so this is a machine that was used to deceive people into thinking instantaneous kinesis had taken place. Yes, that's right. Or rather, it was a machine. It's a little worse off to for wear at the moment. Worse for wear, so. What extraordinary lengths Professor Harwain went to in order to obtain the research grant. No, the professor was tricked as well. He didn't know anything about it. Yes, of course. It is amazing though, isn't it? The scale of the whole affair is so very British. Wieso? Hä? You're right about that. You'd never see such a grand deception in Japan, that's for sure. Okay. Oh, look, is that Lord Van Zieks? So, I think we are more or less done here, aren't we? Surely, Mr. Sato? Already? He is the Reaper, remember. We do well to keep our distance, I think. But we have permission to be here, from the top. We are perfectly well allowed to investigate this machine. As long as we don't touch anything. From the top? Do you mean Lord Strongheart? Exactly. So we can stay here and stare at this wreckage for as long as we like. She could have been at the center of the explosion here and it wouldn't have been bent to her steel will. Okay. Dann gucken wir uns das erstmal oben an. Look at that horn-shaped transmitting device. Isn't it amazing? That's exactly what I thought when I first saw it. It makes you think, doesn't it? If only it had just been a normal horn, none of this would have happened. That's almost exactly what I thought as well. I bet I can predict what you're going to say next in that case. You are about to say, nothing ever goes to plan, aren't you? Oh no, I would never say something like that. Dann haben wir das den Ballon hier. However much I look at them, I just can't come to terms with those temporary handballs floating in the sky. You've been glaring at them constantly since we came up here. So, the feeling of wanting to write in one and wanting never to set foot in one are fighting it out inside me. But if you don't look where you're walking, you might fall from the stage. I don't think I'd notice. That's how fiercely the battle inside me is raging. I think you should make peace with riding in one, Mr. Naruhodo. It really would be much safer that way. Okay. Wir tun das mal so, als ob Barock gar nicht hier ist, ne? Hier die Kirche, die Moschee da im Hintergrund oder was das ist. Oh, isn't it exhilarating? All this different architecture from all corners of the world. It does make you feel a bit like an explorer, doesn't it? I know it's all subjective, but the onion-shaped roofs have rather caught my attention personally. It is very subjective, isn't it? Japanese buildings, with their wood and paper construction, have excellent ventilation, and I've realized that British buildings, being made from brick and stone, are very strong and long-lasting. The more you know about how things are done in other countries, the more you understand your own, I feel. Oh yes, I do agree with you there. But I can't help wondering what an onion does for the roof of a building. I mean, I suppose it's playing on my mind because I don't like the taste of onions. You really oughtn't let your taste in vegetables dictate your taste in roofs, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh Mann ey, hier die Maschine. What a terrible explosion it must have been. Even the steel girders have buckled and twisted in the blast. And what they call the birdcage was right in the middle of it all, just here. But look, Mr. Naruhodo, that metal grill on the floor. Looks as though it's designed to open. It does. Doesn't it? Yeah? True? If the floor had opened at the precise moment the explosion occurred, the birdcage could have dropped through you and disappeared from sight. I don't think there's any doubt that this was a very elaborate hoax, is there? Okay. Oh wait! Here's the birdcage! This wasn't here yesterday. Really? But if I'm not mistaken, it's a cage in which the victim was standing before he was apparently beamed through the air. Also hier neben meiner Facecam, ne? Also bei meiner Facecam, das Teil. That's right, the birdcage. According to what Professor Hairbrain said in court, it's made of wood. Or more precisely, Japanese cypress, I think. And despite having been in an explosion and then falling from a great height, it's relatively unharmed. What wonderfully durable construction, wouldn't you say, Mr. Naruhodo? I'd understood that the forensic investigation team had taken it away yesterday to examine it. I suppose they must have brought it back here when they'd finished their work. But sadly, not with the body inside it. Yeah, wow. No, that's right. I know we were given strict instructions not to touch anything, but still. This is too important a piece of evidence to overlook. We might need it for the trial. The birdcage from the machine has been entered into the court record. The wooden cage as it was used for Professor Hairbrain's experiment. This cage with the victim inside crashed down into the Crystal Tower. Aber warum ist es dann nicht beim Crystal Tower, sondern hier? Frage ich mich. Gut, gucken wir uns das mal an. Ah, look here, Mr. Sato. Oh yes, the wood's cracked and broken a little. I suppose because it fell from such a height. Yes, from the height at which the balloon was flying down into the Crystal Tower below. A fall of about 30 feet. Or 9 meters. Leaving the man inside tragically dead. The details of the wooden birdcage have been updated in the court record. The wooden cage that was used for the demonstration crashed down with the victim inside in the Crystal Tower, causing damage to its base. Okay. Sonst noch irgendwas hier drauf? Nein, scheinbar nicht. Okay, good to know. Dann gucken wir uns mal das Riesenrad an und danach können wir dann ja gehen, ne? I hear that the ride on the Ferris wheel is a favorite romantic outing among young London couples. I think the romance would be slightly spoiled by the abject terror personally, but then I'm not a Londoner. Are you a little scared of heights, Mr. Naruto? It's not that I'm scared, not at all. It's just that staying on the ground seems so much safer. Well, perhaps I shall have to ask Iris and Mr. Sholmes to accompany me on it in that case. No, sie wollte den romantischen Abend mit ihm darauf verbringen und jetzt... Nein, keine Ahnung. Ich weiß nicht, ob ich die shippen würde oder nicht. When you put it like that, part of me does want to give it a try. Oh dear, it is complicated for you, isn't it? Barock. Least approachable man in the world winner, 10 years in a row. Be strong, Mr. Naruhodo. Your country and your assistants stand firm behind you. Lord van Zieks. What? Well, beautiful weather we are having, isn't it? I thought I was making it quite clear that I didn't want to be disturbed. Apparently you Nipponese are unequipped to read the signs. Oh, I read them. So, what are you doing here? Entry to this area is prohibited. Well, the thing is... Lord Chief Justice Strongheart granted us permission to investigate. On the condition that we didn't disturb anything. And yet you've managed to disturb me. Never mind. State your business then. Come to think of it, there are quite a few things I'd like to ask Lord van Zieks about. Not least of which is that awful case, even though it's nothing to do with us. Ask away, Mr. Naruhodo. You won't know unless you try. Okay, your brother Clint. Oh. Asking the real questions here. Gleich mit der Tür ins Haus fallen. So, Clint was the name of your older brother, I understand, Lord van Zieks. You Nipponese. I always have to be on guard whenever you're around. So, you've been investigating me, have you? Oh, no, it's not like that. Well, alright, it is a bit like that. My older brother was also a prosecutor. He was a pride of the Van Zieks family. But tragically, a vicious killer took him from us. The professor, you mean? Is something funny? That's the extent of what you've discovered, is it? I shouldn't be surprised. Sorry? There's more to it then. Lackluster work is very much your trademark, isn't it? You're too kind. Are you going to tar all Nipponese with the same brush next? So tell me, what's your interest in that historic incident? As it happens, Lord Van Zieks, there's a rather curious case that's come to our attention. Are you aware of the Madame Tussauds Museum of Waxwork by any chance? I am, naturally. I believe that since last month, I feature in one of the displays there, for public scorn. Of course, the infamous sweeper of the Bailey would have to be exhibited, wouldn't he? Well, a particular waxwork has been stolen from the place and held for ransom. A particular waxwork? Which... Wait, you mean... Yes, it's a professor. Mr. Sholmes is investigating the case as we speak. I was unaware of that. He's turned as white as a sheet, wenn man überhaupt noch weißer werden kann als er. Enoch Drebber. Are the police trying to locate the engineer, Mr. Drebber, already? Surely that goes without saying. We are very keen to see him found as well. The trouble is, we don't have much to go on aside from the description of the man we heard in court earlier. Which, according to Professor Hairbrain, was of a tall, thin gentleman who has straight white hair and wears a black monocle. So, I was just wondering, I mean, I realize it's probably not possible, but, we'd very much appreciate any more clues you can give us. Wow, Susato-san really knows how to take the bull by the horns. Fine, why not? I have a photograph of a man here from an investigation 10 years ago. Okay. Den haben wir bisher noch nicht gesehen. Though it appears he already had that black monocle at the time. What? Oh, no, nothing. I was just surprised that you shared that with us. We all need the man's testimony in court tomorrow, which means we have to do everything we possibly can to track him down in the short time available. So why wouldn't I show you the photograph? Fair? What is it about Lord Van Zieks? Sometimes I just can't work him out at all. The photograph of Drebber has been entered into the court record. A photographic print of the engineer Mr. Enoch Drebber. It's hard to make out, but he appears to be wearing a monocle with black glass. Poggers! Poggers! Es ist Kazuma! Ich möchte wissen, wer du bist! Reveal your mask! Aber es wird wahrscheinlich erst im Finale passieren. Ah, the file I requested for the trial tomorrow. Thank you. Susato sieht auch aus, als ob sie einen Geist gesehen hätte. Are you alright? Who is this man, Mr. Naruhodo? Lord Van Zieks' apprentice, apparently. So I'm not the only one. Susato-san can see it too. Lord Van Zieks, may we speak with your apprentice for a moment? With him? Why? Oh God. Kazuma-sama, okay. No way. No way. No way. way. Oh Gott, oh Gott. Wer ist es? Wird's jetzt revealed? Ich weiß es nicht.